Hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás? So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna be, it's gonna be a little impromptu. It's gonna be a little winging it tonight. So as I'm assuming some of you are aware, if you saw my story or my most recent post, we have to reschedule the inside the girl chat topic, sadly. I know a lot of you are going to be disappointed because you were looking forward to seeing my fine friends on here. They'll be back. We just have to figure out when exactly. So hopefully, you'll still hang with me. I know it's just me, but anyway, so with that said, welcome to the BeckyBrownGurl show. It's been a minute since I've seen y'all. Well, since you've seen me. But I did a quick poll on my last post, and I asked what y'all wanted to talk about. Hello, elevations of intimacy. So I asked if you would prefer to talk about how do you know you're in love versus monogamy, or I should say monogamy versus polyamory. And then the third topic was, what was the third topic? Oh, rejection and ghosting part 2. Hey, Honor. Boo. And so you guys were split between rejection and ghosting. I talked about that a long time ago, like when I first started doing the lives. And unfortunately, the day that I did them, I actually ended up being on by myself because there were some like audio issues when I tried to... Sorry. Well, that would be sort of in the rejection and ghosting realm then. Is that what y'all want to talk about? So put in the chat what you're thinking, because I'm split between monogamy and polyamory, or rejection and ghosting. I did talk about rejection and ghosting before, but I would like other people's opinions on it, not just, my own thoughts. I find that topic to be interesting. But what do y'all think? Don't just sit and look at me. Like, please give me some suggestions. Like I said, I know y'all came. You just want poly too. Okay. Well, hopefully some of those folks who actually commented will join. Because right now I only have one suggestion, and it's kind of both. Can y'all talk to me? Talk to me, baby. I mean, I hate getting on a live and the person's not really doing anything. Like, that's what y'all making me do right now. And I'm fighting for my life here. Help me out. You see I'm greasy. What are y'all talking about in the comments? You're waving. Rejection is part of the game. Okay, which would you guys prefer to talk about, though? Can you just tell me what you... Otherwise, I'm just going to go with one. See, the thing about the polyamory topic is that ain't my ministry. It's monogamy or no, okay? So it's monogamy or I'm single. Like, get somebody else to do it. So if somebody in the comments is into polyamory, like, you and your partner know that you're polyamorous, not like you just being polyamorous alone and they think that you're monogamous. If you have like real world experience that you can share, then I would like you to do that, because that's, I don't have any expertise on that. Okay. I think I'm gonna rock with the rejection and ghosting again. Okay. Poly. But is somebody going to volunteer to talk about it from the polyamory perspective? Because that's not my, like I said, it's not my ministry. I can talk to you about monogamy. I did a show about hall passes for people who are in monogamous relationships. And as anticipated, the men were all for it for themselves, not for their partner. It doesn't work like that. Okay, so Let's see. All right. I'm going to just go ahead and talk about rejection and ghosting. Period. That's it. Okay. So, on a previous live I did about this topic, Okay, we're not going to talk about that now. I see you really want to talk about that. You by yourself. I talked about hall passes already. Rejection and ghosting. That's where we're going to go. My thoughts on rejection and ghosting. As I said previously, and I would love for others to weigh in, just like rejection is something that we're going to have to deal with throughout our lives, right? So it's not just about relationships. It's also about, you might be rejected from a job opportunity, from a sports team, from, help me out here with some other ways you might be rejected. And it's just something you have to learn how to deal with. Yeah, I know people say rejection is part of the dating world, but I feel like people don't have, some people are not equipped to deal with it. And like, I know that you might get fixated and attached to a person and really want somebody, but if they don't want you back, then you move on. Like, it sucks, but that's, again, that's life. And I think because, as I said previously, when you really like somebody, you're really attracted to them, or you feel like they would be a real ideal mate for you, and they're not giving what you want them to give you, and you think you have all these great qualities, you don't understand why they're not reciprocating that energy. But that's like, they're not for you. You got to move on to somebody who's really into you. Unfortunately, it'd be like people that maybe you're not interested in back. It's just a vicious cycle, isn't it? Okay. I'm tired of talking to myself. Can somebody come on here and join me and share your own opinion? Because I feel like this feels like deja vu. I expressed this already. Some people can't handle rejection. Women are probably less accustomed to being rejected. That's why, because y'all don't say no. I don't know. Also, women aren't the ones doing the approaching. Typically they're not the ones doing the approaching. So the man is more likely going to experience rejection, or he's going to experience it more often than a woman will. And as for me, like, I very rarely, well, aren't you lucky, Ann Dwayne? He says, I'm married, no longer getting rejected. Okay, well then the same for you. Have I been told no? Sure. Not in that way. But I've like I said previously, I'm not like, I have to at least on a bare minimum level know that somebody is interested in, attracted to something. Like, there's some kind of something between me and the person before I would ever approach a man. So I'm not rejected like that, but like, yeah, maybe there was somebody I was talking to that I was really feeling, and then, he started acting funny style, like being inconsistent, being distant, ghosting, whatever. I mean, I'm not telling you it happens all the time. I'm saying it has happened to me before, and I don't like when it's happened, and I know that I've done it as well. It's hard. It's hard to tell somebody. I think it's hard to tell somebody no. Does somebody want to join me to share their own experience, or are you just gonna let me talk to myself? Yes, I ghost. I do. I get my James St. Patrick on. See, to me, when somebody's really interested in, they will. Okay, who is this? Let me see. Uh, kindly volunteered so that I don't have to keep talking to myself. Are you there? Hi.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing
Keisha D.
great.
I remember you from a
Oh,
long
you
time ago.
do? I was about to say long time watcher, first time joiner, whatever it is.
Well, I appreciate you joining and
No
watching and
problem.
all of that. So,
I
um,
but
okay, so introduce yourself to the people and then share your take on rejection and ghosting,
all
please.
right. So my name is y'all can read it as Kijati.
Oh,
Don't worry
pardon
about the actual name,
me.
just Instagram name. But anyway, so yeah, as far as rejection and ghosting, it sucks, but like it's a long story short kind of thing. Is I think dudes just need to get past it. You said it earlier. I was moving around a little bit, but I was listening. Dudes just got to move past it. It's hard to why you putting my name out there, Blue? Why you putting my name out there? It's definitely hard for dudes to like get past ghosting. As someone who used to be, I would say straight up, like, I was one of the guys who used to be like, God damn, this sucks. That's crazy. Fuck her. Well, I was never the fuck you, you ugly anyways, but I was definitely the one who would like take it to the heart. I definitely for sure would.
Yeah.
But over time, you just kind of realize, like, there's more people out there, and it says more about them than you. And it says more about you when, as a man, that you're able to move past it and just. Sorry, my dog keep looking at me. But
Yeah, you moving your camera around a lot. I just want to see.
that was him. That was him. He was moving.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just a long story short kind of thing. Just more dudes should be more open to the idea of rejection and ghosting. Because nowadays, just like I'll get ghosted by someone who I meet, like maybe let's say not on the street per se, but like at a bar or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who's new in my life, like that ghosting, I don't really mind. But it does. I will say that it does still kind of hurt when it's someone like personal that like say for example, me and you have known each other for like 10 years. I shoot my shot, and suddenly you're not answering. Like I thought we were better than that. That as an example, like say we knew each
So
other
it's
for
like
a
a
long.
friend. Are you talking about a friend, or are you talk? Because I was thinking in more in the context of like a dating relationship. Because
Not necessarily. Like for example, like I went on. I tell my friends this story before. I've told them on like a podcast that I do. I went on a date, I think last year, with a former coworker. So that in that sense, I see that as more dating, because me and the coworker, we weren't friends per se. We only saw each other at work, but I hit her up, and we ended up going on a date. So would you still consider that like in that dating realm?
okay, so let me define what I'm talking about.
Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead. Go ahead.
I was thinking rejection in the context of like somebody you're interested in dating, right?
Mm,
And then ghosting is a version of rejection, because somebody you can approach somebody and they reject you off the bat, right? Like,
yeah.
no thank you, I'm not interested, for whatever reason that they might tell you no. But I'm
Mm,
thinking like, okay, well, so there's that. There's um you can be interested in somebody that's not interested in you. And
mm,
I find, right, that because people might have an attraction to you or whatever, that they get kind of like fixated on just again because you're attracted, or rather because they're attracted to you, is like you're automatically going to be attracted back. No, no.
oh yeah, no.
You need to verify that that's the case first before you start making a whole bunch of assumptions. And I do find, I don't know if women do it, I'm not dating them, but men definitely do that. And I'm like, well,
Oh yeah, for sure.
where do we establish I was interested in you? You know what? Why we didn't establish that? Because you didn't come out and tell me what you want first, and second, because like you didn't ask me if you didn't ask me.
Mm-hmm.
You just made an assumption. So then if I'm not like giving you the energy in return, you're not understanding why. Well, then, as I previously
Mm-hmm.
said, say it with your chest. Tell me,
I
look,
think.
girl, I'm
Yeah.
interested in you. I want to talk to you. I want to take you out. I want to, something that makes me know like you want to date me, not you just want to be my homie or you want to pretend to be my
Mm-hmm.
homie, not that type of stuff. Because if you're not explicit with it, then don't start making assumptions about how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me. You're probably not going to like the answer, by the way, because if I was interested in you, you would know. But anyway, carry on.
I mean, I'm fully on board with what you're saying. I feel like we were on like two different streets, but going to the same place. Like, I get what you mean. I'm totally with you on that. I just think more dudes need like experience with that. Going back to what you were saying on how like being rejected is like, it's some aggressive dudes out here who don't take that shit well, like at all. But it's all a part of like just life experience. Like the more you calm down from it, is for as a man, it's just like I said again, you learn more about yourself and being able to take rejection, and you're more likely to find that person that you can just be cool with. And in terms of ghosting, I still have the same stance. It's just like it says more about that person. I don't deal with ghosters because it's like, damn, it seems like I was talking to a child. It seems like, in a sense of just like we're this old and we're still doing the ghosting. I feel like at a point it's like, I get it. If you met a nigga like on the street and you don't know how he is, I know how women can be. Where it's like, I'll give you my number just to get you out my face. I get that,
Yep.
right? Yeah,
Yep.
totally get it. And y'all always, some people can't express themselves well, instead of ghosting, and that's what I'm saying, children. But it's like when I feel like once you're home, say if you're your own place, you should be able to tell someone, hey, this is what you did. I didn't like that. So I can't really see this going
Or just
anywhere.
block them. You could just do that too.
Like a child. But if it was that bad, yes. Like
Well, again, I feel like we're talking about it. Like there's so many layers
mm,
to it, right? Because it could be, as I said, somebody that you meet and give a chance and go out on a date with, and you just don't feel a connection. I think it's
yeah,
hard.
nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
there isn't anything wrong with it, but I still feel like sometimes people don't understand that that's a thing. Like I can find you attractive and then just the personalities don't mesh or whatever it is. Like there's no chemistry. And then or I could just think, well, you know what, maybe this isn't the usual type of person I would be interested in going out with, but let me give it a chance. And still there's no
Okay,
connection.
so pause right
So
there. Pause. So are we saying that you went on the date, you go home, no connection, and he's texting you, being like, "Hey, what about a second date?" and you're not answering at all, or are you slowly breaking it down as if, "No, I don't want to do this. We can still blah blah talk," and then later on you're saying like, "Hey, this isn't gonna work," or are you saying after that date, cold turkey,
I
mute, block, whatever?
sometimes I be cold turkey. Sometimes I just be cold turkey and see if it was me and a guy did it to me, then I'd be like, fuck him. And like at first, if I liked him, I might feel some type of way about it. Of course I'd feel some type of way about it if I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
But like if he did that to me, I got you got like one time for me to call you and you're not really one, maybe two for me to like reach out to you and you don't respond. I'm out. I'm done. Like, cause what the fuck do you think this is? That's not what we about to do. Obviously, you're not interested. So let me go on and carry on elsewhere, right? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna keep being like, but I don't understand why he's not texting. I don't understand why he's not calling somebody I barely know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I mean, you're talking when you were talking about somebody you've known for a long time, that's a whole different scenario. And I don't know if I would call that ghosting. I feel like that's something else entirely. I'm thinking like
I
in the
would definitely
early
go. It would definitely go soon. But go ahead.
well, I'm thinking in the early stages of dating. right? Um, Getting to know somebody. Um, Sometimes the more you get to know somebody, you just might find like, even if you were kind of feeling them at first, maybe something about them rubbed you the wrong way. Like, you're not obligated to anybody.
Okay, you're not. So going to what Demo said, he said if you decide after one date that you aren't interested, you don't really owe that person an explanation. He is exactly right.
I
He
feels the
is,
same.
but I will say, giving that explanation will calm niggas down and it will help them like learn more about themselves. Like if your explanation is you talk about your ex too much, if that's your reason, you talk about your ex the entire date, that can let people know, oh, okay, maybe I should stop doing that and it would help me out. If you don't owe them an explanation, but an explanation does help because that goes along with like, growth and learning and experience. Like knowing what you did wrong, that whole what did I do? What did I do? That is what drives niggas crazy. And like I'm not saying you have to send them anything. You don't have to say, oh, you did this. You don't have to. But it would help them going forward in like their dating and their trying to get to know someone, knowing what they did wrong for a future
That's
person.
that's a fair point. However, if it's not something to do with like something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like is a fair thing that you could tell somebody, but then they'll turn around and be like, "Well, I won't do that anymore." No, now I'm turned off. It don't really take that much for me to get turned off, especially when I don't really know you like that. So, it could be something about you that like, especially when you're meeting people online, it could be something about, when you see them in person and that you just, it's not, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I, at this moment, I'm not really dating, so I'm like super indifferent. It would really take a lot to compel me to feel otherwise. Like somebody really has to apply pressure, but I have to want you to apply the pressure. Like if you're applying pressure and I'm not being responsive, then there's probably a reason for that. Eh, Going back to my prior point about like if it were me in those shoes and I'm reaching out to somebody who's not responding to me, I'm done. You got two times at most for me. I'm not doing that. Like you, if you wanted to, you would. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, I get you. Like 2 times, I feel like that's fair.
Like once, and then I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I
So
don't even.
define like applying pressure because I was on Twitter earlier and I saw something that was along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing this, like a girl who wants you to apply pressure doesn't want you because you won't need to apply pressure like if she's already feeling you. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along those lines of like if she wants you, you don't really have to work that hard. So define applying pressure for you. I'm
Nah,
paraphrasing.
nah. At this point, no, absolutely not. Because I done met. Because I swear to God, and this is also why I don't date because I just had too many experiences. I'm just turned off. I'm turned off with like people not like volunteering information I didn't ask for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making it seem like they want things that they don't want. Are you doing that to get me to sleep with you? Like, if I want to do that, that's what I'm gonna do. To your point, you don't have to like go through all these shenanigans. If I want you like that, then you're gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna lie. I find out you're lying, and then I'm not gonna keep putting up with that. I don't deal with liars. Once I find out that you're lying or you're embellishing or you're for what? What are you doing that for? Like I'm turned off. Stop. Just tell me what it is. Tell me what you want up front, and let me decide if I'm interested in that or not. Because I understand that things can change, like situations can evolve, right? Maybe a guy, will approach you and say, hey, I'm looking for a good time, not a long time. Now you better not approach me like that. I'm just saying, like, that's the vibe he's on. I want to go with the flow. Well, flow your ass out of here. But
What?
be in a mode where I'm like, okay, I doubt it. Um, but my point is, just tell me what you want up front. Um, so I can decide if I'm with it or not. Um, I've talked before about how, like, because some guys don't have the courage to just, express that they want to date you or whatever, they'll like approach you trying to be your friend, but really they have other intentions. I fucking hate that. Don't do it. Like, I'm telling anybody on here, don't come at me like that. Just tell me what you want. Because nowadays that's what I'm gonna ask. Like, what do you want? And if you turned off by that, okay, bye. I don't care. That's where I'm at with it now. What do you want? And, and you should be able to answer that pretty, like, simply. I feel like I want to date you. I want to, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be like, nah, or whatever, or I might be with it. I doubt it, but
So, how often do like men in your age group do that? Play that
you,
game? Hmm?
how old are
How
you?
how you think I am? There you
Young, in your 30s.
go. Okay.
Are you younger than
Um,
that?
yes, I am
Oh
actually.
my God, get
Don't
out of
do that.
here.
Don't do that. Who the only one who spoke up? Me? Oh, that's what I thought.
No,
Um.
I figured you were. I figured you were young. I'm not saying you look old.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I then I'm assuming you're maybe in your late 20s. How old are you?
25. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Simmons. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Goodbye.
How old are you?
How old am I?
How old are you?
I'm twice your age almost.
All right.
Youngin.
Go with older, but okay. But we're not talking about that. Um.
Well, it's I feel like it's relevant to the extent that at this point in my life, if I'm dating somebody who's around my own age, like, you better know what you want. And
mm.
but
That's
like, they're
that's
just my.
where I was going before you started asking people's ages. I was saying, how often do those men do the "oh, I just want to be friend" thing? You know, at y'all's as we youngins say, at y'all's grown age, how often do
They
men
don't. They won't come
go?
out and say that, but they'll pretend like we're the homies. They'll never explicitly come out and say, "Hey, girl, like, I think you fine, and I want to take you out."
Mm.
No, they'll just, like, DM me and make small talk and send me shit, and, like, never really come out and say what they want. They might, like, kind of flirt here and there, but not really. I'm like, if you don't come out and say what you want. But
They send you little heart eyes with what is
no,
it?
not always.
Cucumber.
But by the way, I also, before, see, I would just take them at face value. However you approach me is how I'm going to take you. So if you approach me as a friend, that's how I'm taking you. So when you try to flip the script on me, and I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, you never expressed this to me before. I feel uncomfortable because if I don't feel similarly, like, if I felt other than a friendship interest in you, I would let you know. Like, I'd flirt or whatever I would do. In some way, I would let you know. Um, you got to, like, you. So going back to the rejection point, you can't be afraid of me saying, like, I'm not interested in you like that, or however I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna find a nice way to say it. Unless you approach me like an asshole, then I'm gonna give you an asshole
Oh yeah,
response.
that's granted. That makes sense though. Like I'm
but
with you there. Don't think that I'm not. I'm with you. Like
but um but yeah, but no, I'm saying, like, I- nobody wants to be rejected. I mean, I think that's just, nobody wants that.
mm,
But it's just
mm,
part of life.
mm,
So you have to be able to accept that everybody that you're interested in is not going to reciprocate your interest. It does not matter how fine you think you are, how smart you think you think you have a great personality, you're successful, you got money. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Like if somebody doesn't want you, they just don't want you. And it doesn't feel nice if you're really into that, like you're really attracted to them. It doesn't feel nice, but it's life. And you just have to accept it and move on, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But some men need help with that, and that's just experience. Experience is the best teacher. So it's all up to your comments going crazy, but it's really all up to the men having these experiences. Like again, I told you at the very start, I was definitely one of the ones who could not take rejection well. I was told I don't take rejection well, and it was after she told me that I was like, you know what, you're fucking right, I don't. So let me just go into this with a different mindset. And honestly, dating has been easier since just going into that. Like it's really not that bad. There's more people out there. It's not the worst thing that can happen. So I don't really mind it. Nigga,
So
I
wait,
said 25 West. We was really on the same page for a little bit, and you bugging.
wait,
She
wait.
thought I was 30. You 18. You're bugging, West. Come on now.
Hold on. Okay. I
Go
just want
ahead.
to respond to this,
Go
to
ahead.
a couple of these comments.
West gonna piss me off. Go ahead.
Okay. Demo says, I personally don't care to know why you aren't interested in me after one date because you don't know me well enough for your opinion of me to have any value. Boom. That's what I'm saying. Right. And again, nobody has time at this age to be wasting. Nobody has time for that. So if somebody's wasting your time is because they're not that interested. Get to stepping. Don't let nobody play you to the left. Don't let nobody waste your time. Like, period. So, okay, Ern says if someone did nothing wrong, but we just don't vibe, then there's no need for feedback. Someone else will like them. There's nothing to fix. But just again, just because you feel like maybe y'all don't vibe doesn't mean the other person will feel similarly. I feel like to the point I was making earlier, there's levels. Like maybe you've been communicating with somebody, but it's inconsistent, right? Um, or it's just not like when you're really feeling somebody in the texts and the phone calls. It's just like the texts are back to back to back. It's not that like I text you at one point and then hours later I hear from you, unless you're working. But if that's consistently the way you're communicating, then you ain't like you're not on it like that. And back to the question you asked me about applying pressure. Um, I can like you, right?
Mm.
But I don't want I don't want to date somebody who just kind of who doesn't perceive me to be worth more effort than everyone else, or who doesn't perceive me to be um like someone he values that he wants to do more for than he would do for I want to feel special, right?
Okay.
If I don't feel special, I'm not saying the first date, but like if if you're really interested, you're going to do things to make yourself stand out from others. If you want to do the same thing that everybody else does, which is the bare minimum, then you're not that interested to me. And and I'm not that interested in either. So okay, moving on. Like how do you build to that level of a rapport if somebody's just treating you like whatever? Like just somebody in the rotation. You don't. Um and so I'd rather not be bothered. And everybody that, might express interest in me is not going to think I'm special. That's fine. Then get the fuck on. Like, I don't want to waste my time with somebody who does not feel that way about me. It is fine for you not to feel that way. I still want to waste my time with you. You dig me?
I
Not
get
at
you.
this age.
I get
Not
you. So my thing is like when I date, I don't like doing the whole wasting time thing either. So I kind of flip that in a sense that whenever I go on a date with anyone, like we always
hold
make. Go ahead. Go ahead.
on. I'm
Hold on.
sorry to interrupt you. I just read something. What?
What? What did you
Your
read?
thought, and I'm gonna come back to this. Finish your thought. I'm
Nah, I
sorry.
want to know what you read now.
Okay, she is Venus said. Okay,
Oh,
well wait. So Art, sorry, Antoine said the energy could be off on the first date and ghosting is necessary. Yeah, okay. She is Venus, which is the comment that had me taken aback. Said, "Don't get me started about online. Was talking to this guy, and out the blue, he asked me if I'm into pegging. You know what? This is why I don't
oh
want to be
yeah, I've
bothered. Leave me alone.
been seeing that. I just yeah, that was funny to me.
Since you aren't dating, are you hooking up? Well, that's none ya. So moving on. Wes, I'm not applying no pressure either. You like me or not. See, it's this.
I
This
guess
is
I
the shit
mean,
I'm talking about. Like y'all just want to be on some. Like where are the chivalrous men? Where are the men who wanna,
okay,
the
okay, we're okay.
hunters?
What? First off, some apps you just gotta delete. Like you gotta delete Tinder. Everybody got to delete Tinder. Off rip, delete Tinder. Hinge has the best experience so far. I'm not gonna lie. Black gotta delete that shit too. They ain't nothing but scammers and a bunch of hoes and hoe ass niggas. Just saying. But yeah, Hinge is probably the best one. But delete all. You gotta delete all that. I'm telling y'all, delete that. Got to like you're not gonna meet a lot of good dudes on there. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like you're gonna meet more good men that are out and about and actually approach you because they're not gonna come with that. Most men won't come with that craziness in your face as they do on an app. I'm just
No,
saying. I'm
no.
just saying.
I don't like online dating, just for the record.
Yeah, yeah, no, 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 no.
So okay.
Yeah, online
Do
stuff.
do any like old heads want to get on here with me? I've enjoyed my conversation with you, KJD. I just feel like I need to have somebody who's a little bit older on.
That's
Um, no, no,
crazy.
no, no,
Wow.
no. It's look. I
Mhm.
appreciate your perspective, but I mean, you think your age doesn't matter. It does make a difference, though,
Mhm.
because I like I said, nobody wants to be rejected. Nobody wants to deal with ghosting. But in your generation, that's like probably common. And also at your age, you probably feel like you have limitless options. When you get to be a certain age, you do not have limitless options. People are married, they're in relationships, or if they've gotten divorced and they're not interested in necessarily serious dating, they just want to go with the flow. Um so that there is it does make a difference. So it's not that your point of view is not important. It's that
Just the way you said that always makes it sound like it's not. But it's okay. I get you. While I have the
do you
mic,
feel
park my press,
insulted?
suck my dick. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, what?
Sorry,
Okay.
one of your commenters was coming from me. I had to, put them in check real
Okay,
quick.
well, we not
Go ahead.
talking like that on here. Only I can talk
Okay,
like that on here.
only you
Anyway,
can.
carry
Okay, I
on.
got you. I got you. My bad. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
apologize. Not
Okay,
not
thank
just to
you.
you, not
Yeah,
partly,
you
but
wilding
yeah,
a little bit. Go
that's
ahead.
on them. That's on my bad. I'll make sure to keep watching though. I'll join in on another time, another better conversation for my age bracket. How about that?
Yeah, I know y'all would have enjoyed the inside the girl chat, inside the group chat. I forgot what I was going to call it. That's going to come back another time. But I do appreciate you being here. I just,
Yeah, I
I would
got you.
like to.
Like I said, I'll come back on another one that's more, wider perspective when you need that.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate you, Keisha D.
Well, you gotta write your song.
I did. I heard you. I paid
Appreciate it.
attention. I
Appreciate
appreciate
it.
you. Thank you. Bye. Um, so, demo, do you want to join or elevations of intimacy? I don't know if you're still on here. Let me see. Can't tell women the truth. You'll be beating your meat for the rest of your life. Why? Why can't you tell women the truth? Um, I mean, look, because the problem with when you want people to be truthful is I feel like they think honesty has to be brutal and tactless and ignorant, and you just say anything that comes to mind. I think that you can finesse the truth, not finesse it so that you're telling a lie. I think you can say it with finesse. I don't think you have to be rude. And yeah, sometimes the truth hurts. So you can say it in not a rude way and somebody will still take offense to it. But at the end of the day, they can't be mad at you when you were honest. They can be mad, but I mean, you were honest. So that's on them, not you, right? Um, okay. Demo. So let me see what else y'all talking about. Hi, how are you?
Up, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Just want to
So it's
hop.
introduce yourself to the people.
What's up? How you?
Before you,
My name is Demetrius, and I just wanted to hop on real quick. I'm doing some work, but I wanted to hop on real quick and just talk to you about this applied pressure topic.
I was going to address your comment, but yes, I'm glad you're on here. So
Okay.
carry on.
No, so I think the issue with the applied pressure thing that women are talking about now, for a guy who has something to offer, right? What happens is your concern is that a woman falls for the pursuit of her and not actually you. Right. So if you're a guy who can create an experience, right, you're a planner, you know how to plan a nice date, you know how to take a nice places, you can do all these things. The question becomes, is she really into you, or is she really into the experiences that you create? Right. So that's where the applied pressure part of it comes, because I think most men who have something to offer and they have a level of dignity, they're not going to continue to apply pressure if there's no reciprocation on the woman's part.
And they shouldn't.
Mm.
And they shouldn't. I don't think taking you out on one date constitutes applying pressure, for the record. I think if somebody asks me for my number, right, and I give it to him, or if he expresses interest in wanting to take me out, or he expresses interest in me at all, right, I don't want to have endless conversation about nothing. I do want to get to know you before we go anywhere, because then I can establish if, like, yeah, okay, I thought, I was attracted to him physically, but I don't like his conversation. The vibe is weird. Or, you know what, I'd like to get to know him better. I would like to go out with him.
Right.
um I've said before, and I will say again, I do not think a date has to be expensive to be good. I think I value a man who's creative and puts in effort. Because of course a man who has the means can take you anywhere, right? And it's nothing for him. And I don't want a man to go broke dating, but also if you're having financial issues, you shouldn't be worrying about that. You should be worrying about getting your money up, not your funny up. You dig me?
So then tell me, what does apply pressure actually mean to women?
It means, okay, to me it means, as I said, if I if I meet somebody and I'm interested in him, and I'm like I express that I'm interested in him by the frequency with which I communicate with him. Texting, talking, whatever. Um I'm trying to spend time with him in person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to spend time with him in person to see what the vibe is like, right? To see if the vibe translate in real life.
Right.
So if you're saying that you're going to do things and not doing them, like you're talking endlessly about, girl, I'm going to take you here, and we going to do this and we're going to do that, and you're not doing it, then I don't want to hear it. And I'm turned off. Now I'm turned off. So applying pressure is, you get my number, we're talking. Um, Plan a date. Like, I want to see, don't tell me you want to see me and then you want to see me. That means you want to fuck me. Sorry. And you want to put in the least amount of effort possible. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, mom. But you want to put in the least amount of effort, because if you keep talking about when I'm gonna see you, I want to see you. Why do you want to see me? Why don't you take me somewhere? Take me out. No, you're not gonna see me,
I mean,
sucker.
I mean, I don't think that what you described, I don't even think is a plan. That's basic, right? If I get your number and I plan a date and we go on a date, like that shouldn't be considered applying pressure. That's pretty.
That's not
That's,
applying pressure. I'm talking,
yeah,
okay. So that's the bare minimum. You're 100% right. But
yeah.
some of them don't even want to do that, right? So if you don't want to do that, leave me alone, because you don't think I'm worthwhile enough for you to do that. Leave me the hell alone. I do not want to be bothered with you. So we talk, we decide there's a rapport, we go out on a date. You plan it, right? In talking to me, you get to know like what my interests are, right? We'll find something that is of common interest to us, or maybe it's something that I'm interested in that you might want to get to experience as well. We go do that. hopefully we get to talk, right, to get to know one another better and see if there's a vibe. If you feel like there's a vibe, if we feel like there's chemistry, then it just continues. And if I feel like there's chemistry, you're going to know I'm interested in you. Like, I'm not going to keep being like, okay, well, now what are you going to do? Well, now what are you going to do? You're going to know. But you can't just tell me what you're going to do and then not follow through.
So it sounds like what I'm hearing women respond to is dating a bunch of dudes who really had nothing to offer. You probably gave them too much time than they should have had to begin with. And so now the way you're describing applied pressure is really just dating a man, right? It's just dating a man who actually knows how to treat a woman. So maybe the language is off, but I think for me, when I hear it, it's me pressing you for your time and attention, which is something that at this point in my life, I'm not going to do for any woman, no matter how much I like you, right? If I reach out to you and I show interest in you and I offer to take you out, I'm expecting you to make yourself available and let's go. If you're not going to make yourself available, then I'm not applying no more pressure than that.
And you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You absolutely should not. But again, it should be mutual interest. It should be reciprocity. It should be like, I don't necessarily want to do the approaching. I'll like throw up the bat signal. I'll throw up the bat signal, and like if you're interested back, then you'll let me know, and then we'll take it from there. But no, I'm not saying like everything should be from the man's side. I'm saying there has to be some level of like, again, you can't what you doing me to death.
Yeah.
Deleting
Yeah. Yeah.
deleting your number and blocking you, that's what I'm doing. um you can't keep telling me when I'm gonna see you. Never, until you plan a date. And I shouldn't have to tell you that, because if your natural inclination isn't to do that, then you're not interested enough. And if you're just trying to be cheap, then I definitely don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave me alone. But
Basically.
it could be any one of those things, and you're probably dating other people trying to like see who's going to give it up. Like, I know.
Well,
No, thank you.
that's the next point I wanted to touch on. That you want to touch on some of the comments first.
Wait, Tim said, I have to go back to some of them, but he says, and he drinking water out of mason jar, so I know he burned incense to city boys up. Oh my God. Okay, so Wes said, I'm going backwards now. She wants you to hide in the bushes and surprise her when she get home. No. Um, okay, that guy V said, bingo, big homie. Kavon, facts. That's what I thought. Yada yada yada. Okay, so the dudes are all in agreement with you, but I don't disagree with what you're saying either. I definitely think that no, I'm not asking to be stalked. I'm asking you to put in an effort.
Okay.
And quite frankly, I shouldn't have to ask you to do that if you're interested. Like, when okay, so how this is a better question. When you really like someone, you really feel a connection to someone that is reciprocating your interest.
Right.
What do you do differently with that woman than you would do with just the average person that you go out on a date with?
When you say she's reciprocating my interests, what does that mean? When you say that, what do you mean?
So, okay, let's say you go out on a date, right? And now I don't know, she's like asking when she's gonna see you again. She wants to plan to do stuff. She's like calling you and sending you flirty messages and whatever she's doing. Like, you feel like, yeah, she's feeling me, right? And you're feeling her too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do differently? You're feeling her more than the average woman. What do you do differently with that woman that you're not doing with the
I
others?
think it's the consistency of access to me, right?
Mhm.
So if it's just a random situation where it's just like, you're not really that interested in somebody that's just there, they're not access, right? I'm not going to be consistently trying to see them, consistently planning. But if I'm feeling you, I'm going to make time I'm going to make time to spend time with you, right? I'm going to plan dates. I'm going to do those things. So, and again, I don't think that's really just applying pressure. That's just really you responding to somebody that you actually like. I think any man who has something to offer knows that when he meets a woman that he enjoys spending time with, he's just gonna make that next level of effort.
Oh, I guess you must have been getting a call or something because you kind of froze up for a second. But
Oh, sorry about
just
that. Yeah.
repeat yourself.
So, no, so I think any man that knows how to treat a woman, when he finds somebody that he really enjoys spending time with, there really is no question. He's gonna make sure that he makes time to see her. He's gonna plan. He's gonna take interest in the things she likes, so that he can plan dates around that. He's also gonna think about, okay, what can I do with her that's going to show her a different part of me? What do I like? I like art, so maybe I want to take her to an art gallery so we can talk more about that, right? So it really all depends on who the man is and whether or not he knows how to treat a woman. What I'm constantly hearing from women is really, it's not that they're asking for something. It's the way you're phrasing it. You're not asking for too much. You were just used to getting the bare minimum from guys that you shouldn't have been spending time with anyway. And so now you're coming to a guy who actually has something to offer, and you're saying, you need to do this, this, and this. And he's looking at you like, whoa, hold on for a second. Right?
I'm saying this because we're on this live.
Yeah.
I want somebody to apply pressure. I'm not telling you what you need to do. I'm watching you.
Okay.
I'm watching what you do. That's what I'm doing. And if that's not what you're doing, then I'm going to respond accordingly. But by the way, somebody can apply pressure and you're not feeling them in the same way. And
Absolutely.
then it feels like, why won't you leave me alone?
Well, see that, but that's where the apply pressure thing, that's what guys don't like to do it, because ultimately it's all about whether or not you like the guy. That's all we want to really find out. We want to know, do you really fuck with us or not? Not about, I could take you to Tatiana's, I could take you to Chinese tuxedo, I could do all this. Do you like me? On a Saturday afternoon, when we're bored in the house, sitting on the couch, do you enjoy sitting there? And if the answer is no, we got a plan to go out, then you got to get out the way, because there's somebody else who enjoys sitting here. And there's somebody who you enjoy sitting next to on that couch too.
That's look, I've said before, because a friend of mine had me on, like, before I ever started doing this, had me on he talked about like finances and dating, and like sort of what, because I was, dating, like what my expectations were for like a date. And now I'm not paying for it, so I can't tell you how much to spend. But like, again, I'm talking to you to getting to know you, talking to you about what I like.
Yeah.
So I want to see what you do with that information. And to me, what you do with that information is a direct correlation to your level of interest in me. That
Yeah.
does not mean you have to take me to the most expensive restaurant, especially if you can't afford it. It
Right.
does not mean take me to McDonald's neither. It means, like, I told you I like to go roller skating. I told you I like to go bowling. I told you I like to go to do Top Golf. I like to go to museums. I like to go to comedy shows. It's not going to be for free. Like, don't think no, I don't want to go out for coffee. No, I don't want to do. But, but I also said, if I really like you, then yeah, we don't have to be doing anything special. But that's not what we're doing on a first date or even a second date. No, you're not coming to my house. Get the fuck out of
Right.
here.
Right. Of course, I'm not bringing you to my house on the first date either. I don't know. You can be lying to me. Right. So, but let's go. There was a question I want to touch on, and the coffee date thing is but I'm not going to go there right now. Earlier, you said a guy should know what he wants, right? A guy in your age range should know what he wants, and I'm almost around. I'm in the age range, right? Is it okay for a guy to have interest in you and still not know what he wants from you?
Well, answer this question for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told, I'm not a man, I don't know if this is true, but like, let's say if a man is ready to settle down, so to speak, right? Or be in a long-term relationship,
Mm-hmm.
that it could just be a matter of timing with who he meets when he's in that time, like in that space, versus like, I wasn't really thinking about this, but I really like this one, so maybe that's what I'm gonna do now. So I don't think there's any like one sort of set formula, but as far as like marriage and that type of stuff is concerned, I'm told it's more about the timing in a man's life. Maybe he's, you know, when he's more financially stable and like he's had all the, you know, all the cat he can stand. Which does
No
that
such,
ever happen?
no,
No.
no such.
That never happens.
Never.
But he's had his fill. Does that ever happen? No.
Hmm.
Sure, that has to get old sometime. Yeah,
Some,
right.
sometimes, right? The chase of it get old. The experience never gets old. The chase of it gets old, but the experience never gets old.
Okay. Whatever. Would you say then that if you're like yes, maybe it's fair. Um maybe it's fair. Cuz
Okay.
you don't know me.
I don't know. And see, that's the thing. I think that's one of the things where a lot of men like to be vague in the beginning, because what happens is if I meet a woman and I have all the stats, right? I have the career, the house, no kids, no jail record, all these other things. A lot of times women can put you in a box
Jail
that you
record.
that hey, listen, this is what we're dealing with today, right? A lot of times women can create a whole scenario for you without even getting to know you. So a lot of times guys like to be vague in the beginning because I may want all those things, but I may not want them with you, right? So I really don't know what I want. All I know is I find you attractive and I want to get to know you, right? And can we just start there, right? And when we go from there, then after a couple of dates, after we spend more time together, then I can make a determination that, you know what, maybe I could see something, I could see a future with this person, or maybe this is just a cool person. Maybe this is just somebody I want to travel with. Like this could be my vacation buddy, whatever the case may be. But I think it's fair for a guy to be able to say, I don't really know what I want from you at this point. But let's just go on a couple of dates and let's kind of see what it is.
If you frame it like that, that's fair. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's the way you articulate it. A lot of men, well, okay. Let me rewind because I don't like to generalize much. But some men are not able to articulate themselves in that way, or they're just lying. Like I've had a couple guys, you know, be on some, yeah, you gonna be mine. Like a dude told me basically, like, okay, you my girl. You can't talk to nobody else. And what are you doing? Like literally in the first conversation I had with him, I'm like, nigga, please. Like, come on now. That's not what we're doing. Like
Well,
you cannot tell me what I'm gonna do and I'm not gonna do. And then proceeded to do nothing.
yeah, I think lie,
What?
a lie is gonna lie. A lie is gonna tell you anything that you want to hear. So there's no level of like, there's nothing you can do to
I don't
really filter that.
want to hear that though. I don't want to be lied to. Stop like that makes me so mad. Stop lying.
So do you really want the truth?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Okay. Okay. So then if you want the truth, then you got to be more open to the guy that says, I don't know. Right. And there's a couple of women in the comments saying, no, you got to know what you want. The worst thing that can happen is I tell you that, you know what, I do want marriage and kids. And we date for 6 months. And then I determine that, you know what, you're not the person for that. The first thing that's going to come out of her mouth is, well, then why did you waste my time? I didn't waste your time. It's just that I spent time to get to know you. And I realized that you ain't the person that I want that with.
That's why I don't want to date. Thank you for confirming why I
Well,
don't want to date.
let me say this. I'm gonna say this and then I gotta run, right?
Yep.
The thing about dating is you can't take the risk out of it, right? And I think that that's the hard part for women. Men, you talked about rejection earlier and your boy couldn't handle rejection. We get rejected all the time. Every time we go into a situation, there's a risk for us that she may not like us, whatever. We're always shooting our shot, especially for the older guys that you know, before the apps or whatever the case may be, you had to meet women on the train, you had to go to the club, you had whatever. So I think what's happening now, it's a really uncomfortable space for a woman because you kind of want a level of certainty that is never going to be there in dating. And you just got to understand, if you want to meet that person, the only thing that you can do is really work on yourself, put your best foot forward. And when you see something that's making you uncomfortable and it's not working for you, then you dip out. But at the end of the day, people are going to be people, man. People are gonna lie, people are gonna cheat, people are gonna steal, and you're gonna come across some good ones. And when you come across that good one, just lock in.
I mean, yeah, you know what? You're right. I don't know. I just can't be bothered anymore. I've had it.
We're gonna change your mind at some point. We're gonna get you to turn it around. All right, but thanks. I gotta run.
I appreciate you very much, and as do the folks in the comments.
And
They had a lot of positive affirmations for
they
you.
were
So
talking about I'm Underground Railroad for the migrants and all that. I travel a lot, so this is my map. I put the pins in where I've been. Caught those
that
comments.
must be Wes. That has to be
I
Wes.
caught those comments.
He's my resident comedian, so don't pay him any mind.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, so let me go back to some of these comments. Wes, you said okay. Hold on. Oh, damn, y'all have a lot of comments in here now. Oh, now y'all have a lot to say. Okay. Um, can't be mad at anything he said. Real is real. That boy talking that shit. Let me see. Vulnerability and risk is a must if you plan to date. Um, at that, all that anyone really needs to do is show up authentically and stay true to who they are. This is true, my beloved. I think I'm just tired. I'm just really like, and I had said to, I think I said to Demetrius before, like, I don't want to be dating and feeling jaded by my prior experiences and then projecting that onto somebody else. I don't want to do that. I want to give, anyone that approaches me, you know, and at least states their intention to the point that I know they want to date, right? States them up front. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't want you to embellish, oh, you're going to be my girl and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And then you don't do shit. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I didn't ask you to do any of that. I didn't ask you to say any of that. Just like, be honest. That's that's that shit I don't like. You dig me? Okay. My comic relief wants to join. So, um, no, I wasn't calling you the resident comedian. Pardon my press. Is Wes, and I just assumed that Wes said it. So, oh, hi Bree. You're gonna have to come back. What, Wes? What's going on? I thought you were joining me, and oh, there you are. Okay, why are you in the dark?
Yeah, my shit's fucked up. All
Um,
my shit's holy.
huh? What's happening right now? Okay, maybe he'll be back. So, okay. Give her option to order all the extra sides. Exactly. Elevations of intimacy. I'd like to sample different flavors. Sorry. You got a date with a clean slate. Agreed. That's why, let your prior experiences go. Oh, do I gotta sing it? Um, hold on. These comments are coming through too quickly. Okay, that's better.
You said, let's talk
Yeah.
about the most.
Wait, okay, so hold on. Introduce yourself real quick. And
Moi?
yes, you
I'm West, yo. Stop playing. Stop playing.
say I know, but everybody who's here don't know you.
Yeah, stop playing. So let's talk about you being tired of dating. What's this tired of dating shit?
Listen, I'm not gonna start like, see, this is some of the shit that we would have talked about in our group conversation. Because, like, for instance, in our group chat, I'm like I'm the one who was dating over a period of time. They were kind of booed up.
So
So they would
all
all
your girls is booed up.
yeah. So they would ask me like when I would tell them about somebody, like send us a picture, and then they would give them a nickname.
Girl chats is savages, yo. Girl fucking group chats is savages, B.
So yeah, we gonna talk about that on the um when they come on. Now I'm choked up. That's what you get. Um, but I'm tired. Like I'm tired because
Yeah, I'm listening. We waiting. The people is waiting. You tired because
I'm tired because, like I said, there was a couple that because this has been over the course of like 2 years now since I was like dating one person consistently. Um, there were a couple that I was like, kind of feeling, and they just, they
didn't live up to your expectations.
no, they did not live up to my expectations. But I felt like I was kind of sold a bill of goods.
All right, but maybe you know what I'm saying. With men, we be believing the shit we say at the time we say it, though. You understand? That'd be the problem. We be believing what we saying at the time that we're saying it. So it don't really be lies. It'd be like what we feel at the time, but sometimes shit change.
Or, they're married and neglected to mention that part, shit like
Nah,
that.
that's bull. First of all, you women be knowing, son. Y'all don't even take accountability for y'all shit, man. That's y'all problem now, man. I just
How
had
do we know?
I just had a fucking argument with one of my homegirls about this same shit. How
How do we
you
know?
how you date a man and don't know he married, living with
Oh,
got
I'm
a
over
whole
here
family
choking to
living with?
death. Sorry. Oh, okay, keep talking. I gotta get something. I'll be right back.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. You women be knowing, son, because there's no way you dating a married dude for 5, 6 months and he at home with a wife and kid, and you don't like where the fuck y'all be spending time at if he got a whole wife and kid. You ain't never been to this nigga crib. Where y'all fucking at? So he try to tell me y'all just smashing the car in hotels all this time and you ain't never think to yourself, yo, nigga, where the fuck you live at?
Look, so,
Like, I'm
so, so
confused. I'm confused how you date a married nigga with kids for mad long and don't know this nigga living at home with a wife and kid. Y'all know, son. Like, stop the bullshit. Y'all know. Y'all just don't wanna.
situation like that, yes. Um,
Y'all know.
but okay, so I think I blocked him on here. So there was one guy I was talking to. Um, see, I don't want to. I don't.
Cause I'm confused. Cause I'm a single dude that live alone, and every chick I went out with within 2 weeks, she like, where you live at, nigga? Coming to your crib. I want to see what got going on. So I'm confused how y'all fucking with niggas that live with their girl, who live with got a wife and kid, and y'all been fucking with each other for months, and you don't know. So it's only so much times you can fuck in the car before you gotta be
No,
like,
but
yo, nigga, I need a bed.
no, this is what I'm saying. But like, yeah, I mean, certain things don't add up to me,
The math don't
and
be mathing, son.
but because of these couple of experiences, I'm very wary. So like, like I said, there was one person I have been talking to, that now I liked that he was funny, like he was good looking. It's like I like the personality. Oh,
And you said
the
fuck the red
nigga.
flags. You said fuck all the red flags.
No,
That's
no,
what y'all
no,
do.
no,
That's what
no.
y'all do. Y'all say
Hold
fuck the
on.
red flags.
He had a trucking business, right? So, um, so he was traveled, right? Now, did I think he was probably dating other people? Of course, but that was fine. Um, so I went out with him once, and I mean, like I said, personality was cool. He's a funny guy. He was a little arrogant. Um, and so after I spent, I spent some time with him, I was like, I mean, he's fine, but he was a little bit arrogant. I'm not gonna lie, right? So we talked a little bit, like once or twice after we went out that one time, and then I wasn't really talking to him like that. I was just kind of indifferent. Um, but I did like, as I said, that he planned a date. Like we talked very briefly, and then he's like, "All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it on this day." And I was like, "Okay, that's what I'm talking about,
Okay.
right?" effort, like make a plan, right?
Okay. Okay.
So, I am maybe 3 weeks later. I happen to be on Facebook, and you know how the people you may know
Yeah.
section,
Pop up.
right?
Right. Right.
And I met him through IG. So I wasn't friends with him on Facebook, and his IG was like a lot about his business. It wasn't really about it didn't have a
Personal
lot
life.
of like personal
Right.
pictures and stuff on it. I, I see this personal, I see his profile on there, and I'm like, now I haven't talked to him in a few weeks. I'm kind of just like whatever. So I'm looking. I open up the profile, and maybe like the third picture in is a picture of him, a profile picture of him kissing a woman. Now it's from a couple years ago, but I'm like, okay, didn't look like a wedding picture, but it looked like something. It was giving something like that, right? So I scroll down through the comments, and it's, oh, congratulations, and he's like, oh, we're just engaged for real. Oh, okay. Now, mind you, this was from like 2018, 2019. So it was only a few years later. And I'm like, all right. Because when I asked him, that was one of the first questions I asked him if he was single. Oh, I'm single, single. Oh, okay. He happened to text me the next day out of nowhere. And I was like, so are you married? And he was like, why would you ask me that? What? That's not the answer. Or no, I'm sorry. He said, what difference does it make?
I mean,
Nigga.
that means he done this before.
You're a fucking liar. That's the difference it
That
made.
means he done this before.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
anyway. He
But yeah.
wasn't the first one though. And so I'm just like,
Now, let me
son of
tell y'all what
a
what women do.
minor.
Once y'all like a dude, y'all say fuck the red flags. Till y'all stop liking them, and then y'all start being, damn, I should have paid attention to the red flags. Because he did this, then he did that, then he did this. But you feeling the dude, so y'all say fuck the red flags. Y'all always say fuck the red flags. Once y'all like a nigga, it's fuck the red flags. Y'all don't ever stand on y'all square when y'all like a dude. Y'all have all these requirements till y'all like a nigga. Then all them requirements start going down and down and down because you feeling a nigga. That's what y'all do all the time. The nigga you don't like gotta keep up all these standards that you got for yourself. But once you like a nigga, oh nah, he don't gotta have that. Oh nah, he don't gotta do this. Oh nah, he don't gotta do that. That's what y'all do
Ladies,
all the
help me
time.
out.
That's what y'all do. Only the nigga you don't like gotta keep up to your standards. Once y'all feel a nigga,
Shut up,
all that shit
Wes.
goes out the window. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, son.
Whatever. Anyway. Oh,
See, you don't like it when men is right. You be like, get off my live. You niggas right. Get off my live. Yeah, okay. I see what's going on.
no, no. I
It's a fact. We've been on this earth long enough. You in your 40s, I'm in my 40s. I see it all the time, man.
not red blankets and shit, Channing. Oh, look, I'm saying you're right. The standards may be
Ain't no maybe.
maybe on a sliding scale,
They
depending on
definitely.
who I'm applying them to. But I will say, look, I'm gonna say I have been bamboozled before because of attraction to someone, right? However, at this point, that's not good enough. I don't care what you look like. I mean, I don't care how fine I think you are. It's gonna be harder for me to resist, but like,
Because you're older now. Because the older we get, the more our mindset changes, more certain things that was important are not important
no,
anymore.
no, no, no. My attraction to you matters still because this shit was not that long ago that I'm saying like,
But what I'm saying, you're going to stand on your standards more as you get older. Yeah, you might be attracted to a dude, but you ain't going to lower your shit like you would back in the day now that you're older because you know better. If you're older now, you're still doing the shit you did in your 30s and your 20s. You're fucked up. You you, you got some shit. You ain't matured in the mind. Something wrong, bitch.
yeah, I mean, of course,
There's no,
but that
no way you
doesn't mean
getting.
that you
There's
can't.
no way you getting bamboozled by the same
Okay,
shit you
no,
was
hold
afforded.
on, no, hold on. If I met somebody who was like quintessentially my type physically, right? And he had all these other qualities that I liked. And he was smart and the personality and the style and like yeah, all of that. all these superficial things that probably don't. Well, personality is important.
You still fall
And
for the
then he
bullshit?
was saying, no, but by the way, my hold on, my love language.
Here we go with
I
the
think
fucking
is
love
words of
language. This
hold
fucking
on
love language.
is words has been words of affirmation. So I would get caught up in the things that were being said because it sounded good, and the way he looked, and like just the whole all of it
All right,
was
I'm
like
gonna sum up to this. I'm gonna
yes.
sum up to this. You women are your worst fucking enemy, and you blame it on men. That's the bottom line to the whole shit. Y'all worst enemy, and y'all want to blame it on us when y'all do y'all bullshit.
No,
That's why y'all don't have accountability for nothing.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, I should have not, fallen for the banana in the tailpipe.
Again and again and again and again and again.
No, no, now I'm not. No, now I'm not. I don't care anymore. I'm like, okay. So, but that's part of the reason why I'm not dating, because I'm going to give that type of energy back. I'm going to give back the like, you need more people. Like, I don't believe you. Leave me
Yeah,
alone.
but
I
then
don't care
you
what
can't
you
you
say.
can't give off that energy and then expect a dude to apply pressure, bitch.
I'm
That's
not
my
giving off
point.
that energy because I'm not dating. You
But that's
understand
the
what
energy you're gonna
I'm
give
saying?
up when you
That's why I
start
don't want
dating,
to
though.
date. That's
Why
why
you
I don't want to
that?
date, because
You ain't
that's
never
the
gonna date
energy.
again?
What's
You
that?
never gonna date again? You never gonna date
Of course
again?
I'm going to date again, but I'm going to date when I'm in a more open-minded, like,
Okay, so I respect
headspace.
that. Okay,
There's
okay.
no, because
All right.
why would because why would I don't want to project, other experiences onto somebody else. Like I said, I would prefer to give somebody a clean slate.
Oh,
I
that's that
want to give
therapy talking. You in therapy. That's that therapy
it.
talking right there, boy.
It is, because
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to approach you with cynicism. I don't want to approach you thinking, oh, all of y'all are the same. I don't want to do that.
Uh,
But it is hard based on prior and recent experiences to not view the next person through that lens. That's why, like, when you end a long-term relationship, you shouldn't jump right into something else,
facts.
because you're probably going to carry all of that shit
Facts.
into the new
That's what
situation.
everybody do
It's
walking
the
around with
same
back.
shit. It's
Facts.
the same shit. So until
Facts.
somebody, so yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to meet, the man of my dreams in the house. But I feel like if somebody is really that interested in me that I also would potentially be interested in,
Okay.
then I would be open to, I
All
don't
right.
know. I don't
I feel you,
care.
son.
Right now, I
I
just
feel you,
don't
son.
care though.
All right. Right now, you're not. Your mind is not on that. I feel you. I
It's
feel you.
not. It's just not. So,
It's
um,
understandable. But like I said, you women are your worst fucking enemy, man. For real. But anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.
bye. Thanks for joining. Okay, so, all right, let me see what y'all talking about, and I'm gonna wrap this shit up. B. Uh, uh, Becky has a type and can't let it go. Um, I mean, look, I want to like what I see, but no, I won't say it's like one. Yes, if I would say like quintessentially what my type is, yes, that looks a particular type of way. But that's not like the only type of guy I've dated. That's not the case. But that's probably true for anyone. Um, if I don't date, I'm gonna miss out on what? Somebody getting on my nerves? No, I'm good. Um, you don't know any better at this age. All right. Gotta use discernment. We all adults. No accountability. How do I have no accountability? Y'all just be saying anything on here. Shut the hell up. Um, I did not tell him my love language off the top, and I always have accountability. Like, of course, no one ever wants to be wrong, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I might not be ready to admit it like immediately, but I'm not always right. Um, I don't always have the right approach to a situation, and I can apologize. So, okay? You talking to somebody else? You're not talking to me. Ern says so. A man lies, but it's a woman's fault. Got it. Exactly. You see. And y'all don't believe in accountability either. It's the audacity for me. Anyway, talking about I love talking about other people's accountability, but not your own. So lying is acceptable? Is that what y'all are saying? I don't understand. Anyway. All right. I think I'm done here. I'll, I'll let y'all know when we're gonna do the inside the group chat. I miss my girls tonight. I did see some of them on here, so hopefully we can run that soon. Maybe sometime the next month. I'll keep y'all posted, but I appreciate y'all joining me. And I'm just going through life. All right. All right. What's the next topic? We're done. We're done for the night. Arrington. I can't see what this last comment says. Oh, I miss y'all too. I'm sad. I'm gonna let who needs to know, period. That's it. Anyway, okay. Thanks for coming out. God bless you. Good night. See y'all next week. Peace to faith.